Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. Let me go ahead and make sure I have everything plugged in okay as we get started. So, once again, welcome. I am Millie, and I am your host. And today we are going to be talking about how you need to invest in yourself with focused professional development this upcoming summer. Once again, I am excited to be here. I want to welcome everyone that is showing up this evening. And before we jump into today's topic, I want to encourage you all to reflect on some wins that you had this week. They can be any kind of self care goals that you had, anything that you want to share. Definitely drop those in the comments. And like I said, every week I want to highlight wins and I have them right here. And our win, I say, can be a big win, it can be a small win. A win is a win, it's something to celebrate. And I want to celebrate your wins with me. So when I send you an email, you can reply back and share your win. And today's win comes from Denise. So shout out to Denise if you're watching. Thank you for letting me share yours out. And Denise says that she's feeling really confident about using Microsoft Teams. Now, I don't know about you all, but that's a win. I learned Microsoft Teams this past summer, and what I can say about that system is that it is robust. I mean, it has so many features. And so that is such a great thing for Denise, especially with what things are looking like for this upcoming school year. To know that she's confident in using Microsoft Teams and she's feeling good about using Microsoft Teams. So, once again, thank you, Denise, for sharing your win. And if you have a win, you can drop them in the comments or you can just email me at millie@myadventuresinESL.com and share out your wins. So, in today's training, we are going to be talking about how you need to invest in yourself with some focused professional development this summer. I don't know where you all are from, but down south we call things janky. and so, and what I mean is that you don't want any type of professional development that somebody has just thrown together, and you're like, we've all been there, right? So I want you all to be really looking for some high quality professional development that is really going to push you and help you to grow this upcoming school year. I know for me, and I've shared this before, the professional development that I'm looking for is things that will help me grow and for tech. Selena, we are just getting started. And Natalie, you said you're from North Carolina. I wonder if they say janky in North Carolina. Right. So, Selena, we're just getting started. So, you're just on time. You're okay. So, just to recap, we're going to be talking about why it is so important that you be looking for top quality professional development this summer and how it's going to benefit you this upcoming school year. Okay. So, make sure that you are doing that. Now, one of the things that I want to share with you all is that throughout my 7 years teaching as a ESL teacher, I spent a lot of money on teacher pay teachers, which I sell on teacher pay teachers. I love supporting other teachers as business owners. But when I was doing it, when I was teaching my first 2 years, it was just me going, printing out worksheets, and thinking that that was going to solve my problem in not having a solid curriculum and a solid plan for my students. So I'm going to be sharing with you, like, okay, why is that? And so I can remember back to my first 2 years teaching, and I was just browsing through Teacher Pay Teacher and every other worksheet membership site, trying to find activities for my students. I was just like, I don't know what to teach. Like many of you all, I have or was spending hours and hours trying to plan for my English language learners. And I know, over $200 that year. And at the end of the year, I still did not have one clue about what to teach my students, how to conserve my planning time. I just know I was printing worksheet after worksheet. And I can even remember at the end of the school year just feeling really disappointed in myself. I mean, I sat down and I reflected and I was like, I have spent all of this money on this website and I still do not have a curriculum. I've gone and joined all of these worksheet membership sites, and I still do not know what to plan for my students. And the beginning of my second year, because this was my first year, and the beginning of my second year, shout out to Miss Feeney if she's watching. I'll never forget. I don't know if I've ever shared this story with you all. It's actually a really personal teaching story. So I came into teaching an unconventional way. And so coming into my second year teaching, I was still kind of struggling with planning. I went to some professional developments that I'm going to share with you all about in a moment, but I still needed some more. And I'll never forget, I was teaching ELA and I had a good idea at that time, like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. But then I also had an additional planning, like many of you all do, for social studies. And I had no idea. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm teaching ELA and social studies. And so one of the teachers I was working with, she said, "Well, you can always just go and print out some worksheets and have the students color. Like color in like the states and all that." And I was like, "Oh, okay. That sounds fine. Keep in mind this is my second year teaching and she's been teaching for I don't know how long." And so thankfully I was co-teaching with Miss Finney, and she came in and she said to me, she was like, "Millie, what are you doing?" And I was like, they have this state worksheet they're coloring. And she very nicely and professionally said to me, she's like, "Millie, what standards are those aligned to?" KG's over here, and she knows Miss Feeney as well. Miss Feeney's always like, "What standards? What standards are this aligned to? What are your language objective with this?" And I sat there and I was like, I don't know what language objective this is aligned to. I don't know what standard this is aligned to. And she really took me aside and she really showed me, what, everything that you do, it has to be aligned to an objective. Everything that you do has to be aligned to a standard. How are you supporting the students' language with them having them doing a coloring sheet? Those were some tough conversations that she had with me. And I'm so grateful because I wouldn't be sitting here right now if she did not have those tough conversations with me. And then in those conversations, she said, "Okay, Millie, I want you to go to this professional development. I want you to try out this class right here. And I want you to just take a moment and see." And another great mentor, Hannah, she was always the same way. She was like, "Hey, I want you to go to this class. I want you to try this. I want you to try this professional development." And so I'm telling you all this is so you all will know that professional development is so key in your growth as a teacher. And if I'm looking at you, I'm just looking at my notes so I can make sure. Yes, KG knows Miss Betty. She is like a standards-based teacher. Like she is on it. She's naturally board certified. I mean, she is on it when it comes to standards-based teaching. And so after talking to Miss Finney, after reflecting, I first realized that I came into teaching very unconventionally. Like I said, I majored in international studies in undergrad, so I didn't have like an education degree. And then I got an alternative license, and then I started teaching ESL. So a lot of the pedagogy I didn't really learn until I was in graduate school and I was out in the field. And so I knew that from my previous jobs that I've worked at, that there was always some type of coaching. So I worked at the IRS previously, and we always had ongoing coaching. We had somebody sit next to us and coach us. And then I started thinking, okay, you know what? I had constant coaching at my job at the IRS. Then there has to be some coaching going on here that I can be attending as well. And so that's when I started reaching out to my administration about professional development. Now, I knew that I needed it. And that's when I reached out to, like I said, my coaches and see, okay, is there some type of professional development? I knew based on some of the conversations that I was having was that my first area is classroom management. Now, I knew then that it doesn't matter if you've been teaching your first year of school or you've been teaching 15 years. It doesn't matter. You need a solid classroom management plan. And I say that over and over and over again in my program that is targeted for ESL teacher, and it is for professional development. The ESL teacher master plan, that's the first thing that I teach, is that you need a solid classroom management plan. It doesn't matter if you have a classroom of 2 ELLs, you still need a classroom management plan. And if you have a classroom of 25 ELLs, I hope you all don't, but if you do, then you still need a solid classroom management plan. If you're co-teaching, you need that. I'm gonna get off my soapbox about that, but that was what I knew that I needed, was a solid classroom management plan. The second thing that I knew I wanted to do, and thank goodness I did, thinking about everything that's going on now, was that I wanted to include more technology in my lessons. This led me on a search to an amazing professional development. I thinking it's called Lausanne Institute. So here in Memphis, they have an international technology institute, and it's open to teachers all over the world. I mean, it was amazing, an amazing institute. But I asked the ESL office. Of course, we all know that professional development is really expensive. Like, I know when I went to TESOL, I know that I didn't pay for all of it. I thank goodness, like I said, that my school paid. I think the registration that the year I went a couple of years ago was like maybe $600-700. I mean, it's really expensive. And so this led me to reach out to the ESL office and ask them, hey, can you all pay for this? And a lot of times, school districts have funds put aside to where you can go to a professional development. You have to ask. You have to ask. You just go and ask, like, look, I want this professional development. Can you all pay for it? Is there any money in the budget to where I can go? Sometimes they say, yes, we may pay in full. Sometimes they may say, hey, we can pay half. And sometimes they may say, hey, no. But at least ask. Most of the times, from my personal experience, when I ask for these professional development opportunities, thank goodness I'm able to attend with some form of reimbursement. So I really want to encourage you to ask. So for me, one of the things that I want to encourage you all to do this summer is to find some focused professional development for ESL teachers. And about over in a week and a half from now, I'm releasing my program to you all, the ESL Teacher Master Plan. We're going to have a professional development. We have one this week coming up. We're going to have another one in the next upcoming week. And in this program, I am going to be talking about why it's so important that you need professional development. But in the meantime, I want to encourage you to be looking into some key professional development. Take a moment to reflect on your school year. You could do it right now and think about, okay, what are some areas of growth? And if I'm being honest with you and I'm being reflecting and right now and I'm being transparent, area of growth for me that going into this school year is that I need to be looking at technology. Like Denise said that she's ready with Microsoft Teams. There are some more things that I want to do with Microsoft Teams, so I'm attending some more training and some more PD. I also need to finding curriculum, PD around our new curriculum that we're using this school year. So that's one of my areas of reflection. And the third thing that I'm focused on is relationship building. It's going to be tough. I mean, I'm just preparing for the 99% reality that we may be virtual teaching, especially with cases rising all over the country. And so I'm preparing to be teaching on this computer in the fall, or at least doing a hybrid. And so one of the things at the beginning of my, or at the top of my mind, is that how am I going to be building relationships with my students? Because that was something that I struggled with this school year. I really did. And the past school years, I haven't struggled with this that much, but this school year I did. And so I know, reflecting, that I need to be on it. I need to be on point coming into this school year, building relationships with my students. And honestly, I'm really protective over my summer, but since I know that I'm probably going to have a lot of the same students that I had last year, I'm probably going to start working on even just sending out a message through Remind. Hey, how are you all doing? Do y'all want to jump on a quick virtual meetup? Just like quick little things that I can do, maybe your week, or maybe during in-service week when they're still out of school and we have to go in. So I'll probably start doing it then. So think about it and reflect on some very specific areas of growth that you want to improve on for the upcoming school year. And I want to let you know, invest in programs such as the ESL Teacher Master Plan. I'm encouraging you to invest in the program. It's going to grow you as a teacher. The next thing that I want to encourage you to do is that get in the mindset of it's okay. It's okay to purchase professional development. There are some out right now that is amazing. It is okay to purchase professional development. You can always put it on your taxes at the end of the school year and get that money back, right? In some form or another. You can always ask your administration, hey, can you buy this professional development for me? So you can always do donors choose. There are some donors choose out where you can just ask to do the professional development through donors choose. So there's so much that you can do, and do not be afraid to ask. Go out and ask, like, hey, can you pay for this, right? Can you pay for this? Denise, last year it was $147. And so we offer a payment plan for it as well. I'll share all the details for you about that. Some of the things that I'm doing this year is going to be a little bit of surprise, but it's $147. And to me, $147 is really affordable. I've seen some upwards of 150 to almost $300, and it's just one day. So this is going to be, it's a 4-week program. I'm offering specialized coaching. You get tons of bonuses. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about it. And also, I'm accepting purchase orders. So purchase orders as well. So I'm going to be making sure on to give you all the details, and I want you all to be there. But regardless of that, I do want to make sure that you all are finding some really good professional development out there right now. Nothing janky. So, yes, and we do have a payment plan as well. My goal is that I just want to make sure, like I said, when I went to, and I'm getting on the soapbox, when I've gone to conferences, not just TESOL, but when I've gone to conferences, these conferences cost anywhere from like $600 to $1,000. I'm not joking. It costs that much money to go to a conference, and to me, it's not fair. I understand the business side of it. Those people, they have to rent venues, they have to pay people to come speak. I so get it. I so get it. I just wish that more teachers can come and participate. And Alicia says that there is a fabulous professional development in October with Georgia TESOL. Oh, and that's another thing. I love when TESOL does those states. We have a 10 TESOL, and it is so much fun. I honestly think that was one of the best professional developments I've been to. With the TESOL is 10 TESOL. I keep hearing the state ones are so much fun. And yes, she said there's amazing early bird pricing this month, and she put that link up there. And the beautiful thing about those type of conferences is that you're learning from other teachers, and they're really, really interactive. So I want to encourage you all to, before you all go into the summer, I know some of you are on a summer vacation, I want to encourage you to do some self-care, always first and foremost. But I want you to reflect on some areas of some growth that you need for the upcoming school year. You just saw how I did mine. I'm not classroom management, building relationships with my students, working on getting a curriculum that can be virtual and hybrid. That's two. And feeling confident, like Denise, with using Microsoft Teams. I'm about 70-75% there. So those are the type of professional developments that I'm going to be focused on for this school year. And I'm going to have to pay for some, and that's okay. I don't mind investing in myself, because when I invest in myself, one thing is it's going to save me time. I am not going to be staying after school or staying at home working on my computer hour after hour trying to find stuff. It eliminates me from going on websites, printing out worksheets, saves me money, so I can invest in myself. So I don't mind doing it. And I want to encourage you to go invest in yourself this summer and feel good about it. Whatever your purchase, I want you to feel good about it. Okay. So this Thursday, I'm going to be doing a mini professional development on 3 mistakes teachers are making when they're preparing for this upcoming school year, and how you can fix those mistakes. Okay, so I want you to join me. It'll be Thursday at 1:15. It'll be on the same page, so you can come back and you can watch it at any time that you want to watch it. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing those 3 mistakes, and we're going to be sharing strategies on how you can fix them. And then I'll also be giving you information so you can come to my live training, which is an hour training, and you get a professional development certificate. Who doesn't love those? and another special bonus. So once again, I want to see you all this Thursday at 1:15, where I give you all of that wonderful information. So once again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. And Denise, you know what? Denise, I'm saying it's Denise and Dion. I keep hoping I'm saying the right name. Yeah, it's really, it feels good. It really feels good. And I still shop on Teacher Pay Teacher. Every time they have a giveaway, I tell you I sell on there. But when I go to Teacher Pay Teacher, I know specifically what I'm looking for. One of the things that I know when I go to Teacher Pay Teacher that I'm going to be looking for, and I just don't feel like doing it, it's a point of view lessons, right? So I know point of view is going to be in one of my curriculum for this upcoming school year. I don't feel like making a whole bunch of PowerPoints for point of view. There are really great teachers on Teacher Pay Teachers that sell point of view PowerPoints. I'm going to go to Teacher Pay Teacher. I'm going to download those PowerPoints and I'm just going to tweak it like it needs to be tweaked. So I have a very I have a very, very specific reason for going to Teacher Pay Teacher. I know exactly what I'm looking for. And I know what I'm looking for because I feel confident in the professional development that I've gone to, that I teach and I coach other teachers on, is how to build a curriculum. So I know that and I'm confident in that. So when you go to professional development this summer on how to do classroom management, and if you decide, you may decide, look, I don't need to go to Teacher Pay Teacher. I can make something. Or if you decide to go to Teacher Pay Teacher, you can say, you know what? I know that I need this specific thing on classroom management. You won't do like I did and print out every little blue thing under the moon trying to find something for classroom management, because you have a very specific plan. So, once again, I want to thank you all for being here and showing up. I'm going to jump over into the comments. I will see you all this Thursday at 1:15. If you have any questions, just make sure to tag me. I'll see you soon. Bye.